What's poppin', everybody? This is the cartoon kid, Ray Rawlins. And today, for the 20. Hold on. Restart. We gotta restart. 3, 2, 1. What's poppin', everybody? This is the cartoon kid, Ray Rawlins. And today, for the 25 Days of Christmas Cartoons Marathon, we are reviewing oh my lord, classic. The Bugs Bunny Show, or Bugs Bunny, whatever you want to call it. Episode 192, at least that's how it's listed for me. Bugs Bunny. What was it called? Oh! Okay. Bugs Bunny's. Hold on. Let's pause. Gotta get some silence there. Bugs Bunny's Looney Christmas Tales. Okay, long title name, but hey, that's what the episode is. Now, as usual, before we get into the episode review and start talking about it and all its greatness or terribleness, Mr. Alex Payne, you gotta give us that episode breakdown, man. So what happens?
Man, this episode is extremely easy to describe. It's basically, I mean, I want to say it's a parody on the Christmas Carol.
It is,
but it kind of isn't though. But basically, you know, for some reason his name is Black. I know it's Sam, but Yosemite Sam is playing Scrooge, and he basically fires Porky Pig and kicks him out. So Bugs Bunny is like, you know what? Because he's an old rich guy who is friggin' cheap as hell and hates Christmas. So Bugs Bunny decides to torture him a little bit, So he basically tortures him into being nice, and that's the plot of the episode.
Man, listen, I gotta say, as my first impression, this Scrooge, I don't know why, or Yosemite Sam being Ebenezer Scrooge, it seems like this is the worst Scrooge I ever seen. Not in the sense like it's bad, but I say this motherfucker is evil. Listen, this dude is evil. He's not letting Porky Pig have the coal to warm up or whatnot. He's like, man, you should have made that shit last, cuh. So I'm like, yo, man, I guess Scrooge is a bad guy, right? But I don't know why because I seen the Christmas Carol that came out in I want to say 2009, and obviously I'm very familiar with the story. But it's just like this Scrooge just really seems like an asshole. And then he fires dude on Christmas, which I'm pretty sure Scrooge did in the actual Christmas Carol too. He fired somebody. But it's fucked up, man. This Scrooge really seems to be evil as fuck. But go ahead. What's your first
that goes with Sam's that goes with his character though.
Yeah.
Because listen, Looney Tunes is a pretty mean show in general, and Bugs Bunny is a mean show too, I guess, by contrast. But
so you watch some. See, listen, I'm the cartoon kid, but I'm a little bit familiar with Bugs Bunny, not Looney Tunes though. As odd as it sounds.
Mm-hmm. But my first listen, as much as I would love to say it, I would love to say that this episode came out in 1971 at the very most and still has better animation than Efforts for Family, but that joke is kind of wore thin. Okay,
you know what? Let's just say it has better animation than motherfucking South Park. I mean, granted, it's their style. That's what they do and whatnot. Because you see the people walking, moving South Park. It's like, ooh. Because I did a review for that.
It's it is ugly.
Man.
Ugly. Yeah, ugly as hell.
What's some of your standout moments from this episode?
But actually, let me say my first impression though.
Okay.
My first impression is, if you could call this a first impression, because you might say it's more of a review. But my first impression is, I'm happy that they did the friggin' Christmas Carol, but they didn't do this Christmas Carol. Like they friggin' did. They made it very Looney Tunes-ish. Because like I feel like if they did it the normal way, it wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Because like it's the Looney Tunes, so they can't make bugs. But I mean, well, I don't know. But I like the. But that's my first impression that they subverted my expectations with doing that, and they pretty much did. The only thing that even remotely referenced it is kind of the ghost at the end, and he wasn't even doing that as like any ghost of any particular time period. He just said, "I'm the ghost of Christmas."
I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm happy that they did because I was like, oh, fucking Christmas Carol, they're really doing this shit. But I mean, I gotta be honest, we're pretty spoiled with how we did this marathon, because we haven't seen that many like Christmas Carol ripoffs, which I thought that's primarily what we were gonna see. Nothing but Christmas Carol ripoffs. We got very lucky, and you know what? We got extremely lucky with this episode because, like you said, it was kind of doing the Christmas Carol, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
It did what you're supposed to do when it comes to, well, I mean, art in general, but it did what it's supposed to do when it comes to parodying something. You take an idea and put your flavor on it, and they put the Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny flavor on it. So
flavor to me.
Yummy rabbit. But my moments, I like the beginning when they was doing the Christmas Carol and he asked the friggin' two ones who can't even talk properly to try and sing friggin' Porky Pig and the
Yeah.
Farquhar Lake. I say.
Man, listen. You know what? You want to know something fucked up? I gotta say this has nothing to do with this show, but I had a friend who was making fun of someone with special, and it's kind of fucked up, making fun of someone with special needs because he had like a stutter. I swear he did. What the fuck is that dude's name? Who did the couldn't even fucking talk?
Farquhar Lake.
Yeah, the dude got fired. So he was like doing an impression of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing an impression of him. And I'm like, yo, that's fucked up, man. As soon as I heard it talking, I'm like, yo, that's who he was mimicking. Because I didn't know at first. I swear to God, I did not know at first. I heard the I'm like, yo, that's who he said, does this sound like motherfucking Porky Pig? Yo, he bogus as hell. But let's get into moments. What are some of your favorite moments in this episode?
Like I said, that one was really was funny to me. The friggin'
we love all special needs people here, by the way. This is fucked up, man. I'm sorry.
Fuck the special needs children. They ain't watching anyway. But why would you say that, sir?
Come on. Let's go.
It was funny when friggin' Bugs shoveled all the snow inside of Sam's bathtub, and he come. I don't know what the hell he was planning on doing because he come running and jumped into the tub like he was just stuck. Like I don't know what he was planning on doing.
He said, I'm gonna take a warm bath before I get to get me to sleep. This motherfucker came in like he's finna straight up do a freaking running body splash into a motherfucking pool or something. And he got a good surprise for us. He got for that bitch shivering like a motherfucker. Got his ass.
It was funny when he freaking tried to take the coal out of the furnace like a dumb fucking got burnt and his hands got burned up. Friggin' for some reason I can't say why for the life of me, but something about Bugs Bunny being outside the door and banging on the drum was hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's like this motherfucking ghost is loud as hell. Boom, 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 just freaking murking that drum. He opens up the door, he looking, he can't see him.
I could have sworn I heard a drum.
This motherfucker, he shuts the door again, he comes back again, still beating on the motherfucker. It's like, yo. One thing I gotta say, Bugs Bunny really looked out for Porky Pig, yo. That's on God. Like Bugs really looked out for him, and he didn't have to do all that. But Bugs said, you know what, I got your back. We finna torture this motherfucker. And it's crazy because Scrooge was like, I'm gonna call him Scrooge. That's what I know him as. Fuck it. But he was like, man, I'm gonna sleep the whole day of Christmas. I don't have to see no awful decorations. And the motherfuckers just started hollering outside his motherfucking house, singing Christmas carols and shit. Like, me personally, I'm not a fan of Christmas music because my parents play it all the damn time. Well, especially obviously around this holiday. They don't play it like July or anything like that. But I heard it so much. It's just like, yeah, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't like Christmas music. I hate Christmas. I wouldn't say hate it, but I don't like when it's on. But okay, you got any more standout moments?
One last one I'll mention is when he was in there dressed up as the ghost, and he was like, I'll take you to see the man in the red suit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you mean Santa Claus? Nope, the other man in the red suit. You
He
mean
said,
down there?
he said, yeah, I'm taking your ass to see the devil, ho. I said, oh my god. Yo, they just made a hell reference in a kid's cartoon. Yo, that's fucked up. Yo, you would never listen. You talk about subverting expectations. That's what got me right there. When he said that, that shit had me rolling. He was like, no, 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 I'll be good, I'll be good. And that's what made him change. Dude had a Santa suit on, giving to the needy, giving to orphans, throwing money around, handing out gifts. Listen, I will say this, and I'm getting into my review right here. The main thing that I thought with this episode is I thought it was rushed, but time constraints and all that. They did, like you said, they did somewhat a parody. No, they did a parody of the Christmas Carol. They didn't do like the story itself, but they added their flavor to it. And due to time constraints, I thought at first it was rushed. However, like really thinking about it, honestly, especially with the whole fucking devil shit, that was a genius idea. Like, one thing I can say about episodes that you can see when they're rushed, but however, when you stop and just look at that one thing, they're like, why would this dude change all of a sudden? Why would this dude change all of a sudden? Oh, he's gonna go to hell. So of course, you know what? That's a good enough reason to, want to be a good guy, want to give out gifts and whatnot. And, that's what made him change right there. So I would say, listen, I'm not even gonna lie. I'd love to see a whole 30-minute episode of this. Honestly, I really would. But this was like, what do you say, 8 to 15 minutes probably. So it's just like, man.
Probably around a 9.
Okay. So it's just like, man, it's short, time constraint. They had to work with what they got. So overall, this was a really good, enjoyable episode. I've never seen this before. Like I said, I'm a little bit familiar with Bugs Bunny. Not that much with Looney Tunes, but I will say
You're familiar
it was overall
with the character.
It's somewhat. I don't remember a lot of it, but I am somewhat familiar with it. I will say this though, overall fantastic story. A little bit too. I don't want to say rush. It was too quick for me, man. I wish it was longer, drawn out. I wish they did like a 20-minute episode, but just a little nitpick from me. Good story. Jokes were hilarious. I love the transition. Basically threatening to send him to hell if he don't change. That made his ass get his act together. Like I said, Scrooge was a fucking evil motherfucker. I feel eviler in this show than he was in the movie. But overall, my final rating for this is a good 7.5 out of 10. Very enjoyable episode. I'm not even going to lie. Especially for not, seeing the series that much and not seeing this episode. This has been my first time seeing the episode. So go ahead, Alex Payne. What is your rating and review?
My rate, I think, like you said, very enjoyable. They did a lot. I honestly feel like the time, especially for what the show is, I thought the time was perfect because I don't think they were going for, because I don't think, and I kind of know, they weren't really going for a story. Like, because, Bugs Bunny is, and Looney Tunes in general is, I guess you could say, kind of like a friggin', I guess a sketch comedy type of show. Where it's they just pick situation, make jokes about it, and do crazy shit. Like, it's never really about it. I guess the best way to describe it is the Fox episode of Courage.
Right.
The Fox is like, that's what the show is. It's just these two characters battling against each other in a situation.
Right.
So I think when you look at it through that lens, I think the time was perfect for what it was. Like him just torturing and messing with Sam for a little while, and then Sam breaks makes a switch.
What I'm saying is, I wish the torture would have went on longer. I'm kind of serious. Like, I mean, obviously it's not like making a joke at the character. I just like to see more of it, you know? It
Yeah.
sounds sadistic, but I don't mean in a sadistic way. Continue.
No, I know what you mean, and honestly, that's a good thing, and you could argue because the fact that you want to see more of it is always a good thing. But so yeah, I thought they did classic stuff. Now I will say, cause I mean, I wouldn't say like an expert on Looney Tunes or Bugs Bunny, but I've seen
Right.
when I was younger, I seen quite a bit of it, and I would say there was definitely a lot of much better episodes. But I still thought this was really enjoyable, so I think I'm gonna give it the same as you, 7.5.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, there you guys have it, man. That has been our review for the Bugs Bunny Show episode 192. Bugs Bunny's Looney Christmas Tales. Very enjoyable episode, man. We hit that with a 7.5 out of 10. And you know what? We're going to continue this marathon, man. This is the Cartoon Kid channel where we talk cartoons and we do it daily, baby. And we are continuing the 25 days of Christmas cartoons marathon. If you got anything to say about the show, whether you liked it, disliked it, or whatnot, toss it down in the comments box below. And if you have other shows for us to review beyond this marathon, hey, let us know, man. We'll definitely give it a check out. And, I'll reply letting you know all that good shit. But until then, man, we will see you when we see you. Peace out, everybody.